Instead of doing this lab in class, I think you're going to get more out of it if you use your 6 kingdoms chart to identify these different organisms in the coming slides. So your choices for the different kingdoms are these that I have on this slide. The first one is Protista. Remember that these are eukaryotes that basically don't fit into any other category. Some of them do photosynthesis, some of them don't, some of them are multicellular, some of them are unicellular. Plantae are the plants, Animalia are the animals, fungi have cell walls, but they don't photosynthesize, and those cell walls are made of chitin instead of cellulose, which is what you get in the plantae. And the plantae is plants that do photosynthesis. So those are all domain eukarya. And then we have our 2 separate domains. Domain bacteria is the eubacteria. These are the ones that we would find in what we would consider to be normal environments. And then archaebacteria is domain archaea. Kingdom archaebacteria are the extremophiles, the ones that live in crazy places that we would not consider to be normal. So those are your choices for these next slides. First one, this pool has bacteria in it that live at very high temperatures. So key term here, bacteria, and they live at very high temperatures, so above what we would consider to be normal. Go ahead and write your answer. This is an anglerfish. Kind of crazy looking guy in Finding Nemo. You've seen him before. This is a lake that is high in salt content. And what I'm asking you to identify are the bacteria that live in it. What kingdom would they belong to? Bacteria that live in a lake that's high in salt content. I forgot to tell you, you might use your answers more than once. Yeast has a cell wall made of chitin. Cell wall made of chitin. Cells of this autotrophic organism have walls made of cellulose. Now remember, autotrophs produce their own food. They produce their own food. That's a good one. Tapeworm. Tapeworm cells do not have walls. Cells do not have walls. Think carefully about this one. We have a paramecium. It's eukaryotic. It can move and has a cell wall made of cellulose. So cell wall made of cellulose might make you think one thing, but it can move. So that kind of throws us for a loop. Mycobacterium tuberculosis infects the body and causes calcium deposits in the lungs. So it's something that causes an infection, and it lives in humans. So probably under what we would consider to be normal conditions. A sponge is a multicellular eukaryote. It does not have a cell wall. A jellyfish is able to move, and its cells have no cell walls. What kingdom would that be? E. coli, I bet you've heard of this before, normally lives in the intestines of animals. think about where it lives. Mutated forms can cause serious infections. If you haven't talked about this guy in your social studies classes yet, you will coming up in the food unit. A Venus flytrap is autotrophic and it does not move. Now you might say, okay, well these little flaps on the side here move to trap that bug inside, but it doesn't move as in change locations. So Venus flytrap is autotrophic and it does not move. Athlete's foot, isn't this yummy looking? Caused by an organism that is heterotrophic, has cell walls made of chitin. Those are your clues there. An amoeba can move, and it is unicellular. Alright, so write down what you think for those different kingdoms, and if you want to turn it in to me on a little half sheet of paper, I'll toss you some points for it.